I'm an addict for sneakers.
What's good? What's good? It's your boy DJ Delz back with a brand new sneaker podcast for the weekend. I try to hit you with a new podcast, usually 3 out of 4 weeks out of the month. I think we've been going for a little bit though with no breaks every single weekend, and I don't mind as long as I get some good questions and I've got free time. Why not? Before I start, please, if you did not listen to last week's podcast, you definitely gotta. It was really good. A little controversial. A lot of stuff I talked about which was very controversial. Definitely check it out. You're gonna definitely be entertained. If you love the podcast, you missed out on last week's, please press pause right now. Check it out. It'll be in the description box below. You have to listen to last week's. It was that good. So do that and then come back over here and check out this one because we got a lot of great questions. And thank you for everyone that is always tuned in and always sharing the podcast on Facebook, Twitter, Google+, trying to spread the word. Let's keep this going. Without you guys, there's no show. Keep that in mind. So never think that I don't need you guys to share the videos and let your friends know about it. This show has so much room to grow. I mean, we're at the bottom right now. I'm trying to, we're trying to go up and up and up. No ceiling. So please, right now, sharing is caring. Share it on your Facebook, Twitter, Google+. It definitely means a lot to me. And hit that like button if you love your boy Delz and what I do. Now, let's get right into this Q&A. Every Thursday, I usually post on my Instagram, what do you guys want me to speak about? And then on Friday, bang, I have, the post open and I'm going through all the comments right now. So let's get right into these comments. We got Say It With Your Kick. Shout out to the homie. Shout out to Inflex We Trust. He writes, talk about the Jordan Remastered quality. That subject really needs to be put on blast because it's really messed up. And he goes into speaking about that Barcelona's Day 7 review that I did. I did an unboxing review. I got the shoes from Finish Line, and what was really disappointing was how bad the quality was. I mean, the shoes were damaged. I literally went to a Finish Line and showed the manager the shoes, the manager and the assistant manager. They couldn't believe how terrible it was. They even offered me like $30 or $40 off of the shoe if I wanted to keep it. But I didn't want to keep it because of the fact that, I want to wear a pair of sneakers that's fresh to death. I don't need a shoe that has scuffs on the toe. Like, that's not why I buy sneakers. Like, I want them to look brand new. I want to be the one to put that scuff on the toe, man. If I'm paying $190, let your boy be the one to put the scuff on there. I don't want, that being there by something else or someone else. Maybe someone in the factory was messing around wearing the shoe when they were making them. Who the hell knows? If you didn't see that review, damn, my phone will not stop. If you did not see that review, you have to see it and spread the word on that episode. Let's get that out there because, this remastered stuff is just becoming a crock of you-know-what. At first it was cool, and then bang, they're giving us trash. The remastered launch was Jordan Brand saying, we are going to give you guys better quality. We're going to raise the price. We're going to give you better quality. It wasn't certain shoes being remastered. It was every shoe. They were going to put more care into the products. For anyone that's a little confused about what the remastered thing was. It wasn't, select shoes were remastered. Every product was supposed to be made with care and quality. And they were going to upcharge us, of course, with that. But as you can see, man, it's gone downhill, man. I mean, some of the shoes have been decent. I think they have a lot of struggles with the Air Jordan 7, though, for some reason. Even last year, the end of the year, the Air Jordan Infrared 6, the black Infrared 6 was terrible. I owned so many pairs of Infrared 6s throughout the years. Every time they've retro, this is my favorite shoe of all times. For people that have no clue about that may be new to the show, I love the sneaker. I've been buying it over and over again for, at least 10 years. So I have a lot of the models. Last year's black Infrared 6 was trash. The material was garbage. It felt cheap. Just complete shit. And that was right on the eve of the whole remastered launch for 2015. They're going to continue to do this. I'm sure the Bordeaux's are going to be kind of trash too as far as the quality. And there's nothing we could do about it until, the shoes just don't sell anymore. If they're going to continue to sell and sell, they're just going to keep throwing these little gimmicks out there. Oh, we're remastering. We're doing this. We're charging more money, though. And then, you know, if they're flying off the shelves, or not even if they're flying off the shelves, but if they're at least selling by the, you know, the end of the year, they're good. As long as they're selling, they're good. They don't have to fly off the shelves, but as long as they sell, they're good. If you look at even last year, like those Jordan 3s that had that metallic look with the gray, they sat on the shelves for a while, but they eventually all sold. Took a little bit, but they sold. Just like, you know, this year with those 7s that first came out in the beginning of the year, they are still available to this day, but you don't see them on sale, man, because they know that they will eventually sell out. People are going to eventually pick them up. So, you know what? I'll buy these. Why not? Jordan Brand knows what time it is, man. The only time they're going to step up their quality is if they feel like, oh, man, we're in trouble. We really have to step it up. We're in trouble. Look at our sales. They're totally down. Everything's just sitting and just collecting dust, you know. And when that happens, that's when you're going to see an improvement in quality for real. Until consumers stop picking up all these shoes, they're not going to change anything. They're going to just figure out ways to keep making the price higher and higher like they did. I mean, this was a dramatic change in price this year and last year versus a couple of years back. I mean, if you look, 2010, I think, 2009, Jordans were going for about $150, and look where we're at right now. We're floating around, you know, the 200 mark. Some of the shoes they're releasing for 225, 250. I mean, it's getting crazy. But as I keep saying, as long as we're all buying these shoes, as soon as they release, it's just gonna stay the way it is. It's just gonna keep getting worse and worse. Keep in mind, also, just because I reviewed the shoe doesn't mean that, you know, it's a shoe that I'm so into. Keep that in mind. This is not a channel here where I'm just showing you my new pickups. This is a show where I try to give you as much sneaker content as possible for new viewers. This is not, you know, my personal channel where I'm just showing all my personal pickups. This is an actual show that I put together. I try to give you content usually every day for, I think we're at 4 or 5 years here, total 7 years altogether on YouTube. And shout out to Say It With Your Kicks and FlexWeTrust.com. Always showing that love, man. They stay showing love. Shout out to Funkmaster Flex. Shout out to DJ Juanito. Moving on. Let's get into another question. Next we got from Swift. He writes, who should be Floyd's next opponent other than Manny Pacquiao coming September? I think it's going to be Cotto. I think that's who's going to be the next person that fights him. It's going to be Cotto. They're going to fight again. That's my opinion. There's this younger dude that's undefeated. I forgot his name off top. Someone leave a comment in the box. You'll know who I'm talking about, but I'd like to see them fight. That would be a good fight. But I think it'll be Cotto. It'll generate some, you know, buys with pay-per-view and whatnot. But I don't think Cotto would be able to beat Floyd Mayweather. You've seen the fight, man. I mean, we all seen it, right? The dude, he got a great way of avoiding punches. And, you know, some people say it's running. It's part of defense. It's part of boxing. You know, if you're a good boxer, you're going to be able to clock him, you know. The ring's only so big. And I talked about that fight. I actually gave a review on that fight on my other channel because I'm really trying to keep, besides the podcast, I don't mind talking about other stuff on the podcast because I know you guys like to have a long podcast pause. But as far as just individual like episodes talking about stuff that's not sneaker related, that's on my other channel, the Delz Show. Like I reviewed the fight. I talk about a lot of sports stuff. I talk about basketball over there all the time. So make sure to go to the other channel, the Delz Show. If you love sports, you love watching your boy Delz, hearing my thoughts on all kinds of stuff and much more, make sure to go sub to the Delz Show on YouTube. That will be in the description box below to make life easy for you too. Next we got Easy Street. He writes, love the show. I check daily for new vids. By the way, love your rant on the quality of the 7s. We pay for a premium. Give us that premium. LOL. That's the truth, man. I only speak the truth. You know, like, I only speak the truth. That's why some people either love me or they hate me, man. There's no medium. People love your boy or they absolutely hate me because I'm too honest, man. So, you know, some people can't handle the honesty, man. They can't handle the truth. You can't handle the truth. Oh, man. Moving on. Dave writes, why do you think Nike raises the price for Elite Series shoes, even though the shoes are not elite, quote unquote, he writes? You know, they're just looking for ways to make more money, switch up the design. That's really what it comes down to. It's them squeezing in a new product before another new product. They just always try to just keep hitting you with more and more stuff because people are buying it, man. People are buying all this stuff. So why not? They know what they're doing. Bullhard_D writes, how do you feel about people getting their Kobe 9s and 10s, the elites, and chopping them down to make them low tops? And he wants a shout out. Shout out to Keshad. I hope I'm saying your name right. If not, I apologize. Shout out to Keshad from your boy DJ Delz. I think that it's dope. I wish that I could get a pair like that. I think that's so hot, man. Now they chop them down, you know, customize them. I think it's sick. I would love a pair of Elite 9 or 10s from a customizer, chopped down. Hint, hint, if any customizers are out there wants to do that for me. I think it's sick, man. If it's done right, though, I mean, you know, if it's just cut, then I don't know about all that. But I've seen some people freak it. I think that dude Dank Customs, he did some real dope ones. I'm pretty sure he was the one. If not, he just does dope shit altogether. But I'm pretty sure he was the one who did that. It looks sick. Next, we got Superman That Ho, LeBron 12 Splash. He writes, I think that's dope. I think it's a dope colorway. It's just for kids, though, I'm pretty sure. God, chill. Curry winning the MVP he wants me to talk about. I think it's great. He deserved it. I'm very happy for him. He also writes about the Curry won MVP. Think it's dope. I mean, you know, I don't like that. It's a high top that looks like something for really just on the court. Being a fan, I would like to just wear his shoes casually, but there is a low top coming out. And he wrote a bunch of other stuff. I'm just going to end it right there, homie. Thank you, though, for participating, man. Because I want to get through all these other ones. And next we got, I can't pronounce it, so I'm not even going to try to shout out your name. If you want to shout out, put your actual name, and I have no problem shouting you out on my Instagram when I post that. And getting to this question, he writes, what's my thoughts on those new KD 7 Elites? The PE ones that came out in like a copper or gold color. I think they're cool. I definitely don't think they're whack. I think they're nice. But, you know, I'm not, like, going ham, like, yo, I need these, like, right now. Like, it wasn't on my radar, you know. I did post information on my blog for people that were looking for them in the morning over at thesneakeraddict.com, and I did tweet information. If you're not following my Twitter, make sure to do so. Let's get on to the next question from Rai Key. He writes, what do you think about the Pinnacle Air Jordan 1s? Do you think it's worth $400? And do you expect the quality of the leather to be A1 quality? I do not think the quality will be A1. That's just, you know, what I think. I don't think it's going to be A1 quality. As far as if it's worth $400, that's really up to you. I mean, I think that the craftsmanship of the shoe will be nice. I heard that it's actually gold plated, which is interesting that they're actually using real gold. I'm not 100% on that, but I'm about like 98% on that. So that's kind of cool that they're hitting us with that kind of wave, but it's gold plated. It's not gold, you know, it's just you know, they dip it in gold real quick. You know, that chips eventually, and, you know, it's gold plated. It's like wearing a gold plated chain. Like, I'm not going to be impressed by that, you know. I'm going to be like, yo, you're wearing a gold-plated chain. No disrespect to anyone that's wearing one, but, you know, I'm not going to be like, wow, look at, you know, that Cuban he's wearing. If it's gold-plated, like, you know, that's not going to impress me much. Jewelry in general doesn't impress me much. Like, I'm never like that dude that's really into jewelry. But with the shoe, if they're, like, you know, really doing that, it's more of a gimmicky thing. If you think about it, that they're gold plating the shoe, like the little hardware pieces. The sneaker looks really nice though in the photos. I just, you know, $400 seems just a little ridiculous. That's my opinion though. Alright, moving on. Next question's from No Bum Kicks. He writes, great vids, and then he writes, what was your first sneaker? I have no clue. It was probably a pair of Velcro Favor sneakers. Probably, because I used to wear those when I was really, really little, the little Velcro joints, the brown joints. If you're from New York, you probably know what I'm talking about, definitely. And then I was wearing Converse, Chuck Taylors, or the, you know, the, I guess you'd say the knockoff ones that, like, I forgot what store, Caldors used to have. I don't even think that business exists anymore. That's how far we're going. We're talking like when I was a little kid, like they have their own kind. if I would go to Delz, where I always would like to go because they had more brand name stuff when I was real young. That's when I would get the actual Converse Chuck Taylors with the star on the side. I wore that shoe a lot as a little kid. You know, a lot of kids wore those shoes, though. They were popular back then. You used to switch one pair with someone else. If someone had, like, a blue color and, you know, you had the yellow color, you switch one off. You know, it may look kind of stupid, but it was fun. You're a kid. Little kid stuff, you know. But that was the shoe that, you know, I used to wear a lot when I was a little kid. And then when I got older, I'm not even going to answer what was my first hot shoe because I did a real nice special celebrating 100,000 subscribers, and at the end I share that moment and then show you my top 3 basketball shoes that I love, that I own. I want you to see that video. So anyone that's curious to check that out, I'll put that in the description box below. Alright, next question is from Jason. He writes about, you know, collaborations with me in the future. Guys, if you want to see me do a collaboration with brands, you guys are my voice. You guys got to reach out to the brands on Twitter, Facebook, and say, yo, you should do something with DJ Delz. I'd love to see you put out a shoe with DJ Delz. I'm telling you, that's how collaborations start, just from people just putting that in people's ear, you know, putting that in the brand's ear. So if you want to see me do a collaboration with anyone, just hit up that brand, because that's how it's going to happen. That's definitely the way it's going to happen. It's going to take you, the people, to make that happen. If they see that there's a lot of people that are willing to buy a shoe that has my name attached to it, then it's going to go down. But, you know, without them seeing that, I'll never have a collaboration. But I appreciate, you know, that thought. That's dope. It would be a dream of mine for me to do collaborations with brands, you know. Be amazing. Moving on, Josh writes, do you think Jordan is bringing out too much of the low top retros? Which do you think is better, the Bread 11 Low or the Hair 7? Well, me personally, I like the Hair 7 better than the Bread Low. I'm not the biggest fan of, you know, Jordan brand doing all these colorways with the low tops. I'd rather them be the mids, just like the Georgetown. I wish that was a mid. You know, I don't really like the lows like I like the mids, but I do like the lows with the 11. I don't dislike them, but I just like the mids way more. It's not like the 6 low. The 6 low, I'm not the biggest fan of the 6 low. I don't even own a pair of 6 lows. And the Jordan 6, the standard model, is my favorite shoe of all time. Not my favorite Jordan, my favorite shoe. As far as, you know, which one is more practical, because I think that will help a lot of people, my opinion on that. The Hair 7 is not a practical shoe. The upper is just so easy to mess up, man. That light gray nubuck gets dirty so quickly, and it's very hard to clean. It's not a practical shoe. If you're someone that buys a sneaker every so often, every 4 or 5 months, and you need a shoe that's going to last you a while, you're going to be wearing on a daily basis, I don't recommend getting that. I definitely think you should get the Bread 11 Low. It's a lot easier to maintain. The outsole is completely red. The upper is black. I mean, it's going to be easy for you to keep those clean. So that's my opinion on that. Moving on. Devontae, I'm pretty sure that's his name. He didn't write his name on this comment, but man, I think I'm good, man. I'm pretty sure that's his name, looking at his screen name. If I'm right, let me know. Let me know if I'm right. He writes, what is a YouTube video you would say you are most proud of? Definitely my top 45 Air Jordans of all time that I own, that are general release shoes. You know, it was kind of like a goal when I was on YouTube and I started this actual sneaker channel, this sneaker show, for me to eventually do this video. So think about it. When I was first starting this channel, I always wanted to do my top 45 Air Jordans that I ever wanted to own, as far as, you know, original colorways and general release stuff. I wanted to add along just so it'd be relatable. Not everyone could get all the limited shoes, the, you know, I got this, you don't got that, you know, I just wanted to keep it more relevant to the people. And that's what I did in that episode. Unfortunately, I think that people overlooked that video, man, and it was really a lot of work. It took me, I think, 4 days to shoot that. was a lot of work. I showed over 45 Jordans. I think I showed 60 pairs because there was a bunch of ties. You should definitely watch that video. If you haven't seen that video, I'll put a link in the description box below. Please watch that video. There's a bunch of different versions. There's uncut versions, which is super long. We're talking all together, I think it's almost an hour long. And then I have a shorter version, which is like 30 minutes long. I mean, but if you're into Air Jordans, it's going to be a blast to watch, man. And also another video I did, which I love, was when I went through a lot of All-Star weekend sneakers. And I'm talking about shoes before they even put out All-Star shoes, like just shoes that Michael Jordan wore and, you know, Shaq wore and Kobe wore, before they had like All-Star sneakers that they have now, like the All-Star packs. And it's really a dope video, and I feel like a lot of people should watch that video because it's just really dope. It's as simple as that. It was really dope. I break down a lot of history, and it was great. Another video I really love is the White Cement 3 video I did, where I talk about the history of the white cement shoe, because a lot of people just talk about, you know, that famous slam dunk he did, but a lot of people never talk about the actual history of the shoe and, you know, them designing it and the inspiration and all that. And I got into details into that, and people will appreciate that. You know, people that really are into sneakers history. That's why I like Shoeseum, man. Shout out to my dude Jordy, because, you know, he likes the history of stuff, and that's like the geek in us, you know, the sneak geek. Shout out to Carlos, wherever the hell he is, but, you know, that's the thing, like, we are into this shit like that, you know, we love this kind of stuff, you know, the history and the, you know, the little stories behind stuff. Like, it's more than the sneakers, like, it's a whole lot of stuff. You know, for me, it's a whole lot of stuff because it's also the fashion of it. Like, I love just wearing some flash shit and just going out, like, and stunning. And it's not even stunning like to show off, just feeling good, like looking at those sneakers and just looking at them and being like, damn, these shits look good on my damn feet. Like, you know, I just love looking at my own damn feet, man, and looking at that heat. I know some of you guys are like, hell yeah, man, that's the same shit that I feel like. I know you can relate. Like, that's why I'm into this, you know. I just love wearing that heat, man. I love looking at them damn sneakers, man, on me and be like, yo, these shits look crazy. I impress myself, man. I don't care about impressing other people. It feels good to have a brand new fly-ass pair of sneakers on your feet. That's really the reason why I have so many damn sneakers. Is because I like the way it feels to put on a brand new pair of kicks. So if I see a bunch of sneakers releasing one week, I'm going to buy them all if I can. May not wear them right away, but when I do, that feeling of popping them on for the first time and stepping out the door, hit that alarm, jump in the car, cruising, bang, get out of the car, got them fresh new sneakers on. May have been a pair of sneakers you let marinate in the closet for a year or two also. Oh, you know that feeling. It's that feeling, man. That fly shit, baby. You laughing with me. I know there's a few people laughing with me. You know what I'm talking about, man. That feeling. But getting back to what I was saying, that's some of my, you know, favorite videos. I have a ton of them. I love the old videos with my dog, too, Pequeño Juan. He's getting so old now, man, that, you know, he's gray in the face. He doesn't move like he used to. He's kind of just chilling. So, you know, I miss those days with the high five and him going ham. You know, he still has his fun outdoors, but he's not like, you know, the young buck like he used to be, like going crazy, having fun. So, you know, I like watching those old videos just to see him, you know, in his prime, you know, doing his thing in front of the camera. Because a lot of people ask, yo, how come you don't have your dog on as much? My dog is, you got to understand, he's been on YouTube as long as he's been alive, basically. I've been on YouTube for like 7+ years. He's 8 years old, so, you know, he's getting there in age, man. He's getting old, man. My dog got a lot of stuff going on with his health. If you follow my Twitter and my Instagram, you probably know a little bit about it. My personal Twitter, that is. Because I don't like to talk about, you know, my personal life on the Sneak Addict Twitter. I like to keep that just sneakers, but, you know, after my mother passed away, which was pretty recent, a few months ago, which is a little difficult to this day. I mean, Mother's Day is right around the corner. This is the first Mother's Day where I don't have my mother around to send her flowers or give her flowers or, even call her and wish her a happy Mother's Day. It's pretty whack. Definitely a tough time with that. That's a whole nother thing, but with my dog, we found out like a little bit after my mother passed that he's got a growth going, like a tumor growing on his leg. And for those that have been with me throughout the years, from the beginning, this isn't the first time he's had this issue. And it's not that simple this time around because this isn't the first time where they gave him the anesthesia for the surgery. And it's not good for such a little dog to keep, getting hit with that anesthesia. So the doctor wants to not remove it because it's not bothering him. He doesn't even realize it's there. So, it's like a frustrating thing with him. He's going blind in one of his eyes. So, he's converted from Pequeño Juan to Old Man Juan. He went from Little John to Old Man John, But he still got some spunk to him. He still is a lot of fun. He's like a big baby now, That's how he is. Like, he just wants to, like, hang out and just chill. And, he's still the man. But watching old videos is a lot of fun to see him back in his prime. Moving on. Kick-Ass 255 writes, what's your thoughts on Nike sock darts or the Flyknit Racer Oreos? I think they're both dope. I'm very curious to try on those sock darts, but they never could keep them in stock. They fly off the shelves. Those Oreo joints, I think, released today, actually. They flew off the shelves. So, I don't own them, but they both are shoes that I would like to try, that I would cop. Next, we got a question from Samson. Samson, he writes, any more Saucony Sunday giveaways coming soon? I don't know. Maybe. If they reach out to me, then yes. They just started hitting me up here and there. I've been talking to someone over there. They're nice, nice dude. But, I'm not going to ask them, can I give away another pair of shoes? If I get the opportunity, I will. And if I do, that would be great, man. Anytime I could, hook you guys up with something, that'd be dope. I'm not going to pass that down. He also writes, curious how often do you use a particular pair of kicks? It depends on the shoe. If it's a shoe that I know I can't buy another pair of right away, then I, try to wear it here and there. But if it's a shoe, like for instance, a pair of white and white Air Force Ones, a pair of Stan Smiths, I'll beat them to the ground because I know I could just go to the store and buy another pair. And if they're not at the store, I could go to eBay and I'll probably be able to buy it there or some other kind of spot like that. I'll be able to get that. But if it's something a little rare, I'm not going to wear it all the time. I'm going to wear it here and there because I'm not going to be able to buy another pair of them. So if I'm going to wear it, I'm going to want to wear it at a particular time when I'm in the mood to wear that gem. If it's a gem. If it's something you could just cop whenever, it's not a gem. So that answers that. That was a good question, though. Also, he also writes, possible Pac-Man and Money May rematch next year. What's your take? Go to youtube.com/The Delz Show, and I will tell you there because I did a video last week. People, if you love what I do, please subscribe to The Delz Show. It will definitely mean a lot to me if you do so. Alright? I'll put that in the description box to make life easy for you too. It's The Delz Show. And I've been doing mad videos there talking about sports and a lot more. Definitely subscribe there if you're into sports. And the only reason why I'm not going to answer your question is because I want you to listen to that video because it's like 6 minutes long and I get into details of my opinion on that. Next we got The Beast 316. He writes, thanks for all your hard work on the videos. Thank you, man. And then he writes, thoughts on the Air Max 90 25th anniversary pack. I like, from the images, the cork pair, which I think I got. We'll see. I'll talk a little bit more about that later on after I do this Q&A. I thought I liked that patch pack until I got them and reviewed them. I don't like them now. I think it's kind of whack. They look like crap, the patches on them. They look sloppy even when you put them on precisely where they belong. On the Velcro, it looks stupid. And why would I want to wear it with the back of a Velcro showing? That looks stupid too. So you got stupid plus stupid equals stupid. Not for me. Don't take it personal if you like that shoe, you know. It's just sneakers, you know. I'm not calling you stupid. I just don't get it, you know. But it's just sneakers. Don't take it personal. If I was going to tell you, oh, I like this, I like this, I like this, that would be pretty damn boring, right, for you to listen to. So, I got to be honest with you. But that's my opinion. I think it's cool, though. I think the cork one is kind of interesting, you know. They're celebrating an anniversary, so I get it with the whole cork thing. We'll see how it looks, though, in person. Hopefully, I'll have a review next week. Let's hope. Next, we got a question from Young Flick. He writes, do you think Nike is drowning us with bullshit concepts on their shoes, including Jordans, LeBrons, Kobe's, etc.? Steven, I think, yes, they are. Definitely. The concepts aren't even good. Like, they're not even good. For the most part. Like, the Allstar pack. How garbage was that Allstar pack? This shit was so weak. Like, right? How weak was that Allstar pack? In New York City, too? Man, I'm from New York. Can you imagine how I feel? Like, damn, man, you could have done so much with that pack. Flight Club 45. Shout out to him, always coming through. I appreciate that. He writes, thoughts on the Curry 1 MVP. And his name's Mark. Shout out to Mark from your boy DJ Delz. I already spoke about that, so you know what I think about it. But I just wanted to, you know, show some love because I am familiar with your screen name. So why not show your love? Samson also writes, what do you think about the Curry Low? Are you copping them this summer? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hopefully they release this summer. I'm all about those. Because I'm rocking with that dude, man. That dude's incredible. Man, Steph Curry's the man. I want to wear his sneaker. I'm a fan, man. You see, when you're a fan, you want to support. Like, I want to support. I want to buy his product, you know. If you are a fan of someone, like, I know me, when I'm a fan of someone, I want to support. Part of being a fan. And there's nothing wrong with being a fan. There's too many damn critics out there and not enough fans, like I always say, man. Next question we got from Eric. He writes, what's your thoughts on the Gone Fishing foams? I like them. Next question, Mr. Santana. He writes, what's your thoughts on the Jordan 5 Hot Lava coming out on Saturday in GS sizes? Are you going to cop them? Probably. I like the colorway. I think it's real dope. I'll have info on that sneaker and all the other releases in the morning over at my blog, thesneakeraddict.com. And make sure to follow the Twitter over at twitter.com/thesneakaddict for release information, updates on restocks, and more. But definitely go to the blog, 9:45 a.m., thesneakeraddict.com for all the release information to give you a head start. And also go there in the afternoon and at night. As I always say, morning, noon, and night like clockwork. I always have updates on my blog for what's hot in the sneaker world. Only what's hot. None of that whack BS, that filler. Only what's hot. Nothing but bangers, you know, on the blog. Moving on. Mark writes, do you think the Cavs are still a championship contender even though they have lost love? Definitely. I mean, you look how Shump's been playing. He's been playing awesome. Look how many damn three-pointers he knocked out. I mean, he is a big reason why they won that game. Definitely. I mean, you can't argue with that. Shump was a big part of the reason why they won that game. So, you know, a lot of people are paying more attention to Love now that he got injured, but they were hating on him when he was playing because he wasn't delivering those numbers. I mean, there was one game where he actually did what he was supposed to do, but he kind of has to set back. It's kind of like when you were watching Chris Bosh play when you had the big three in Miami. He wasn't like the Chris Bosh before he went to Miami Heat where he was a beast. I mean, he was killing shit. You know, he had to step back a little bit and let them boys go in like LeBron, you know. So, you know, everyone's got to play their part on a team, you know, and even though you may have the skills, I mean, last year before he was with the Cavs, he was putting out some pretty dope numbers, but look who he was playing with versus who he's playing with now. I mean, this is a star-studded cast. You got a lot of great players on this Cavaliers team, so you got to look at the big picture. As long as Shump's healthy, and as long as J.R. Smith's not messing up, and as long as Kyrie Irving stays healthy, they're definitely contenders. It's going to be a pretty crazy series with the Bulls versus the Cavaliers because the way Derrick Rose is playing is incredible. I mean, this man is really doing his thing. I mean, I got to salute Derrick Rose, man. Big up to Derrick Rose, man. I got a lot of respect for him. I think he's a great basketball player, and he's really showing his skills, man. He's really doing his thing, and Butler's killing it. I mean, that team is no joke. The Bulls are really no joke, man. Gasol is sick, man. He's doing his thing, man. He got that mid-range that's always going in, man. I mean, they got a great team all around. Great team. A lot of shooters, a lot of toughness. Like, you got Noah's on that team who's tough. Great team, man. So, it's going to be a tough series. And it's going to be an entertaining one, that's for damn sure. And either or, if the Cavs or Bulls make it to the finals and win, I'll be happy. If they win it all, either or team, I'll be happy. Because I love both of the stories. I love LeBron coming back home. And I also love Derrick Rose, fighting through all these injuries and getting his ring. Like, that would be amazing. So either story would be great. Because, to me, a story is part of the thing that I love. Besides the actual, the physicality of the sport and just watching these amazing athletes go to town. Like, besides that, the story is special, man. It's special to me. I love that. Next question we got from Bruce. He writes that he loves my show. He's been watching since 2009. Thank you, man, because that means you've been watching almost since day one, man, and that means a lot to me. That means you've been watching, DJ Delz TV. Like, that's really something that means a lot to me. The people that's been following me throughout all these years, man, that's awesome. I really appreciate people like yourself. I appreciate the people that just started watching me, too, yesterday. Don't get it twisted. But when you hear someone that's been watching for so many years, man, that's special to me, man. That's real special to me. He has a bunch of questions. I'll just pick one of them because I kind of got to go soon. He wants me to talk about the N7 collection. There is supposed to be an Air Jordan 7 coming. That's what I'm hearing. We'll see. Next, we got a question from Chase. He writes, what's your thoughts on tongue sliding to the side like I see on the pair you're wearing right now? I don't know about you, but that pisses me off. Yes, it does. It's annoying. Basically, when the tongue slides to the side, it usually means you're not tying your shoes properly, and that's the case when you're looking at the shoes that I'm wearing on this post right here. It's either that or you are wearing your shoe too big. You need to go down half a size. That's usually what the issue is. It's funny because someone left a comment also. I'm not going to say their name because I don't want no one to tear them apart on Instagram. I'm just going to not announce that person's screen name. But they were like, why aren't you wearing some real Heat? Because I was wearing something that wasn't a limited shoe. I think it's amazing how some people think that Heat is defined by it being limited. To me, Heat has to do with something that just looks hot on feet. That's what Heat is. That's my definition of Heat. Not it being rare, but something that looks hot on feet. But that's coming from someone that doesn't even know what most of their sneakers are worth until their friends come over and start digging through your closet and saying, do you know how much these are worth? Oh my God. And I'm like, I have no fucking clue. Because I don't care. I don't care about what shoes are worth, Some of my friends think I'm a jackass for having Jake the Snake Roberts from WWF sign my snakeskin shoes. They think that was stupid because they think that took away from the value. Some people think it's genius because it made them more valuable. I personally don't care about value of shoes, and I'm not stupid at the same time. I know which ones are more valuable than the next, and that's why sometimes when with a shoe that I know that I won't be able to buy again, I'm gonna be cautious when I wear them. I'm not gonna wear them on a shitty day versus a pair of shoes that I know I could buy again, no problem. I will wear on a shitty day. But but I'm not into this to have a come up, like to make money. Like, that's not why I'm into this. I'm into this because I have a passion for this. Like, I love fashion. I love history with sports. I'm a sports dude. Like, I love sports, especially basketball. I love sneakers. I love the looks. I love the designs. I appreciate that shit. So that's my whole lane. Like, I'm not into, like, oh my God, do you know how much these are going to be worth in 10 years? Holy shit. Like, I don't care about that shit. I'm not that guy. And you guys know I'm not that guy. Like, I don't give a shit about that, But, some people do, and that's what they're into. I'm not putting people down that may be listening that are into that. I'm just saying the kind of guy I am. That's not who I am. I gotta get out of here, man, because I was supposed to meet up with some people and watch these damn games. So, I gotta end this. Damn, there's a lot of questions. They're long too. Listen, if I missed your question, try shooting me that same question next week. I'll try to skim through and see some that are like shorter. There's a lot of like paragraphs. Like, try to keep them like 1 to 2 sentence, like real simple, but not just like 2 words, but you know, just a quick question so I can buzz through it, because it's just a lot easier for me. Let's see. Kicks Wonder writes, how about that Memphis series 1-1? I'm telling you, Cavs versus Memphis in the finals. Watch. Hey, listen, your man is healthy again, so who knows? If he stays healthy, it could happen, man, because they were doing their thing. But we'll see, man. We'll see. I'm not mad at it if that happens. I'm not mad at it. I'm rooting for the East Coast on this trip. You know, not every trip I always root for the East Coast, but on this trip, I'm either rooting for the Cavs or the Bulls. Either or, I'm happy. Sorry to the West Coast. I love you guys, but as far as with sports, this year I just love the stories, as I was saying before, with the Bulls and the Cavs. I don't like the story with Golden State. I love watching Golden State, but I don't like how, you know, it seems like Mark Jackson didn't get any props for what he did for that damn team. Ever since Steve Kerr came in, he just kind of just like overshined what Mark Jackson developed, man. That's his team. That was so disrespectful what they did to him, man. So disrespectful what they did to Mark Jackson. He should have had another year with them. They would have been in the same place. And I'm a New Yorker. If you know who Mark Jackson is, you know, you already know what time it is, man. So, you know, I feel some sort of way the way they did my dude over there. Mark Jackson is a cool dude, man. I don't like that. And then he also writes, who's your favorite rapper to watch perform? I got to get back to you on that. Ask me that next week, and I'll answer your question, I promise. Because I'll think about that, because I'm going to be thinking about that. I got to get out of here, man. There's so many damn questions right now. I'm sorry, guys. I got to get out of here. I'm going to be honest with you, too. I'm kind of not in the greatest mood, even though I'm trying to be, you know, upbeat. Mother's Day, man. You know, I lost my mother, man, in December. Like, this is, like, tough, man. Ugh. I hate this. Like, I remember when I was talking to you guys on the podcast when I found out 2 days before my mother passed in December. That was rough. This is kind of rough right here. So my mind is kind of just bubbling right now. So I think I need to just get off because I'm kind of exhausted from just doing this and just thinking about it. You know, I can't wait for this to just pass, you know, because it's a little much for me. I'm sure there's people that know what I'm talking about that's been in the same situation. But thanks for checking out today's podcast. It's going to be a little short tonight, but anyone that really loves your boy, you could understand, I'm sure. Hit that like button right now if you enjoyed today's podcast. I'll have information on my blog in the morning to help you guys out. Please watch all my videos I've put up in the past week. Go to the main page, catch up on all the reviews. If you didn't check out the Barcelona Day 7 review, where I show how shitty those are, definitely check that out and share it on your Facebook and on your Twitter and let people see how terrible those are. Check out the new Hair 7s. Let me know what you think of those. I did a review on those. I've done a ton of reviews. I reviewed those new Fila Mind Benders that haven't came out since I think 94. You know me, I like all different types of flavors, man. You know, I got that Saucony that released last week that flew off the shelves. That chocolate chip mint. Those things are dope. Fire. I may wear those tomorrow, matter of fact. Really love those. And they have a strawberry vanilla colorway coming out on the 15th, which is kind of cool. I like the mint one better, but those are pretty dope too, as long as, you know, the quality's right. But they delivered on that pair. I can't see why they wouldn't deliver on this pair. You know, we'll see. If I get to that review, we'll see. Hopefully I do. I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Thanks for watching. Keep watching. I'll keep filming. Do me a favor, tell a friend about the show, man. For real. Let's get this to a whole nother level, man. There's a lot of people on YouTube that do other kinds of stuff that's not sneaker related, and they got millions and millions of subscribers, you know. And people say, how come you don't have millions of subscribers? The only way I'm going to have millions of subscribers is through you guys helping me making that happen by telling people to check me out. So, you know, If you want that to happen, I need you guys to make that happen. Alright? I can put the material out there. It's up to you guys to get it out there and let people know about what you like. Thanks again. I hope everyone has a great weekend. Be safe out there too. Be careful out there, man. It's crazy out there too, for real. Make sure to also subscribe to my new channel. Don't forget, look in the description box right now. I'm about to get up out of here. Look in the description box. Check out all the different information. Show that support. I need that support, man. I'll keep doing this as long as I got that support. I need that, man. I need that from you guys. And thank you.